Okay, morning everyone. We are now at the start of the Gloucester to Sharpness Canal, which is at Gloucester Quays. It's obviously, whichever way you look at it, obviously the end of the beginning, whichever end you start at. Obviously the canal itself, from here to there, or there to here, is about 16 miles. Obviously you can jump on the canal at several different points on the way down, which obviously I'll show you if you want to do shorter walks, or if you want to do the full entirety. You can obviously cycle on your bike, you can walk it, but obviously if you're going to walk it, allow yourself plenty of time. And yeah, I'll show you all the best bits along the way. Okay, the next main point we're going to be into now, we're just leaving Gloucester Quays. The next point will be Sal Junction, where we show you a couple of the bridges and intersections on the way that you can jump on the canal along the way. Starting to come out the city a bit. Still the industrial estate over on the left hand side, another one of the lift bridges at Hempstead. Starting to get out of the city now, more onto the towpaths and the quiet. One thing to note, the route out of the quays to a certain point, they spent quite a bit of money on tarmacking or gravelling the towpath, which is brilliant because they widened it. It used to be just a dirt track going all the way from one of the bridges all the way to the quays. I don't know if their plan is to do the entire towpath, because that is quite some distance, but yeah, you'll see in the video that at some point the gravel towpath stops. Okay, just gone past one of the other bridges as we get deeper into the countryside on the canal. As you can see, the towpath all nicely gravelled up to here. There's my bike, and then it turns to a mud track, which isn't too bad in the summertime when it's dry. We had a bit of rain last night, so there might be a few puddles along the way, but this is what it's going to be like from here all the way to Sharpness. So just to be aware, on sort of wet days, or if it's rained very heavily the night before, obviously if you're going to come out with family, buggies, kids, that kind of thing, bring some wellies, because there will be some puddles. Okay, we're at another cross bridge. Obviously you can see to the left it takes you to Gloucester docks, and to the right it takes you towards Sharpness, which is where we're heading to. See across the way here, this is kind of around the area of sort of the Quedgley area. Obviously you've got the Pilot Inn, which you can stop for a couple of drinks, some nice food. Of course you've got some nice outside seating area. It's a lovely pub to visit. Obviously another swing bridge. Obviously the larger boats to get through. Obviously that's the way we've come from Gloucester Quays. Obviously this is where you can get on from Quedgley if you want to do a shorter walk down to the canal to one of the other swing bridges, or if you want to head over towards Gloucester Quays. That's probably walking wise about 45 minutes to an hour from here, I'd say. Give yourself plenty of time. But this way, obviously I'd say this is, if you're on a bike, this is where the towpath gets a little bit rougher. So do be a bit careful in the wetter weather. But yeah, let's head that way. As we get deeper into the countryside along the canal, there's some beautiful houses dotted around on either side of the canal. Must be an absolute dream to live in some of these. But it's so peaceful and quiet. Beautiful. absolutely stunning along the canal here. So quiet. See several canal boats moored up. We're a bit more into the countryside now, so the canal's getting a little bit rougher. It kind of flattens out in places where people kind of ride down here in the winter on their bikes, and bits of them come walking. It gets quite boggy and the terrain undulates quite a bit because of that. I'm hoping that they'll eventually do the whole towpath the whole way down, but we'll just have to see. But yeah, hope you're enjoying the route so far. Okay, we're at Park End Bridge now. That's about 3 miles. We've got another 13 miles to go. This is Park End Bridge here. Again, this is quite out into the countryside now, so it's nice and quiet. Obviously, a bit further around this corner, there's some little mud sort of pull-in spaces if you want to come down and start the walk from here. If you want to drive down off the main road A38, which is just down over that way. But yeah, any of these swing bridges you can start walking on the towpath from. Yeah, it's just your preference on the distance you want to do, whether you want to do the full length, either end, either way, or just a small walk, just to kill a bit of time and walk the dog. There's a lot of history along the canal as well. Several of these old barges which they used to fill up with various things. Imagine grain, mud, sand, and other things they used to need to transport up the canal. And they've just been moored up here, and as you can see, nature's taken them back over. Obviously a habitat for different creatures, and you've got several of these wider parts of the canal, little sort of pull-ins. Basically these are sort of the canal boats need to turn around. They can swing their front end in, and it's wide enough for them to spin around and reverse and head in the opposite direction down the canal. So what you can see in the distance just over there, that is Sow Junction. We're coming up to now, one of my favourite spots to visit on the canal. So yeah, we're getting there. It's a lovely sunny day. Yeah, absolutely stunning. Here we are at Sow Junction. One of my favourite spots to stop off on the canal. That's the White Cliff Boat Club. They do a lot of rowing from here as well. As you can see, those guys enjoying themselves over there, doing some training. Yeah, this is where you can come and moor up. There's obviously just down here on the left hand side is a South Junction Canal stop. You can moor up just on the left there, and there's a right hand turning with a little harbour full of moorings that you can come and stay at. At South Junction you can obviously park up, so there's the fees. So there's plenty of car parking spaces, as you can see. But what we love about South Junction is the South Junction Cafe, which obviously you can stop off at coffees, teas, cakes, and obviously they do wonderful food for lunch, dinner, or my favourite, even breakfast, which we tend to come here for before we start a long walk. Obviously when it's back open I would definitely give it a try, have a breakfast and then come for a walk at South Junction and go in either direction, your choice. Okay, we're at Sandfield Bridge, next to South Junction. Next stop that way is Slimbridge. There's obviously a few swing bridges along the way in between. Yeah, the next main stop is Slimbridge. See you there. Just come across Freethorn Bridge. Say on the right hand side, I don't know if you can see in the distance just there, that is the River Severn, which is obviously starting to get closer to the canal. The further down we go, sit down here, Freethorn Bridge just over there, we just passed, and this way, heading down towards Slimbridge, and another swing bridge just down there in the distance. Okay, we're now at a funny little bridge called Splat Bridge. That's S-P-L-A-T-T. Don't ask me where it got the name from. Another swing bridge. Getting pretty close to Slim Bridge now. We're at Slim Bridge now. A great place to come. You want to have some food with the family, partners. You can bring your dogs. Here's the Tudor Arms at Slim Bridge. Obviously, down there on the main road just before you get to the swing bridge. See, there's a car park. Plenty of spaces to park up. Yeah, this place is well worth coming. Grab a bite to eat before or after you walk. So yeah, give it a try, guys. Another place, if you don't fancy a full-on meal, is a place called the Black Shed. Cafe, bar, arts and crafts and general store. You can come in and grab a coffee. Just sit outside. As you can see, there's a few cyclists there now, relaxing, having a coffee. I've got my own, so I'm going to carry on. But yeah, Black Shed, if you fancy just a coffee and just a little nibble in a cake, or the Tudor Arms, which I've just shown you, for a meal with your family. Obviously, like I said, dog friendly. So we've just got to Slim Bridge. We're now going to be heading down towards Purton, which is that way. That'll be the next stop, and the ship graveyard. Yeah, let's do it. You can tell you're getting close to Purton because of the waterworks just on the opposite side, which is based down near Purton, a couple of 100 yards down the road. So we carry on down the canal. Okay, this is the village of Purton, obviously on the Purton swing bridge. Just over here is a free car park which you can come and park in and then walk either up towards Slim Bridge that way, or the most popular bit where people park to is they head down this way towards the barge graveyard. Apparently the reason that they grounded these ships and barges, they grounded them, drilled loads of holes inside of them and let them sink. And then on the high tides, because the tides are so extreme on the Severn, when the tides came in, they eventually all filled up with silt and sand and other bits and bobs, which weighed them down, and it blocked the bank, so the bank wasn't being eroded away because the ships were all in the way, blocking the erosion. That's the reason. Put more along this kind of shoreline here, because it's quite sort of silty, sandy land, so it gets washed away quite easily with the high tides and the strong currents of the River Severn. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Hard to make out, but one of the shipwrecks or barges is actually out in the middle of the Severn. Don't know if it's come loose over time. It's that thin black line you can see over there in the middle. So you see how far away we are. Yeah, over time become dislodged. Obviously then you have these ones closer to the bank. Down here at Burton Graveyard, it's a great little place to bring family and show them a bit of history. It's nice and open, not too dangerous. It's a nice little walk around. So you get to see different boats. You've got obviously the big concrete barges and the old wooden boats like this one, which are barely standing. Obviously they've all got little plaques on which tell them the history and the name. Yeah, it's really good. And obviously you've got the Severn with the views. Yeah, it's absolutely stunning. Definitely worth coming down. Obviously you park down at this Burton. Walk this way to it if you want a nice short route. You can go all the way to Sharpness and then back. I'd say from Burton to Sharpness and back probably an hour, hour and a half. So yeah, obviously the weather's turned, like I said, it's not as sunny as it was this morning. But yeah, definitely worth coming down and have a look. Okay, we're back up on the canal and a little detour down to the Burton Graveyard. Obviously Burton down that way. And the canal heading towards the old bridge which used to cross over to Gloucester to here, and another turning point for some of the canal boats. So yeah, almost there guys. We're now at the old Severn Valley Railway Bridge. That's what it used to look like. We've even got a model of what it used to look like. So now, as you'll see, it's collapsed and a bit dilapidated. Let's see, just got the two tower bases left. Okay, we're on the last little stretch now towards Sharpness docks, which is the end of the canal path. I don't know if you can see in the distance, obviously the River Severn just over to the right, as I mentioned before. There in the distance is the white, I believe it's something to do with lifeboats or something to do with the river, I'm not too sure. But yeah, not too far now at all. It's the Sarah Lifeboat and Search Rescue House. I knew it was something to do with rescue. It's the white house you can see when we're further down the canal. Okay guys, that is the full 16 miles of the Gloucester to Sharpness Canal. Apologies if the audio is a bit different on this. I had to shoot this last bit on my iPhone because my DJI 2 battery has died because I've been filming so many clips. But yeah, hope you enjoyed coming along on this, and like I said, you can join the canal at any point along the way, so you don't feel like you have to do the full 16 miles. There's plenty of smaller routes you can do and enjoy, and split them up, do it on different days, take your family out, take your dog out, yeah, just enjoy. Obviously with summer coming up and obviously us being allowed to go back out a bit more now, go out and enjoy. I hope I've shown you some of the places that you can see. They're all definitely worthwhile going to. And yeah, obviously I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers guys, bye.